Hello, everybody. Welcome back to 30 Seconds Excel Solve. Here we are again with another tutorial prepared for today. We have seen a lot of things related with tables, with creating a table, with formatting, with other things related with rows and columns. But today we are going to see another thing that is on the basics of Excel, but we are going to enter on more details right now. So we are going to see today sorting and filtering. And for being more specific, we are going to see simple sorting and more advanced sorting. But we will rest on the basic skills first, and then we are going to see the filters and how to use the filters on the tables, and we are going to apply a unique filter, and then later we are going to apply a multiple filter. So basically this is what we are going to see on these lessons that is related with sorting and filtering. So as you can see in the shared screen, we have a table there, and this table is for the orders, and these orders are on specific dates, and we have a couple of variables like there, like order date or agent or person who has ordered, or the item, the units, unit cost, and the total cost. Now we are at the position that the table is built and formatted, but we want to analyze this table. And one of the things that first we need is how to sort this table. For example, how to sort these dates from the minimum date to the maximum date, or how to sort by person from the alphabet. So we can do that simply. So there are two methods. The first one is a simple sorting, and the second one is an advanced, let's say, sorting. We are going to apply both of them, and the first one that we are going to apply is the simple sorting. And the simple sorting is just by going on your column, click on your variable, on your header, and then you go to data, and on data, on the command bar, there is a place where you can find sort and filter. And simple sorting is this descending or ascending. You can see both of those. So basically what you want to sort, this is simply done by these ascending or descending options. So then you, after you have clicked on this column, then you click on one of those, sort A to Z or sort Z to A, you can see what happens to the column. So if I click this, after I clicked in the column, now you see that all of the names, all of the records are sorted A to Z. So from, basically from the alphabet, so from A to Z. And if I do the other way, here it is that way. Now Thompson is the first record and Andrews is the last record. So this is the vice versa of what we have done. So this is a simple sorting. And for example, we can sort the dates by that opportunity. Here it is. You see now this is the first, the 6th of January 2019, which is the minimum date. And you have the 24th of March 2020, which is the maximum date. And basically this is sorted simply by using these two buttons. So this is basically what we have to understand when we are sorting. If we want to sort those simply by one column, then we have to apply that just by using these A to Z buttons or Z to A buttons. And we can sort even the numbers. For example, here on the units, you go to the unit and you click A to Z, and now you see that these units are sorted from the minimum units to the maximum units, basically. And you can sort even by unit cost just by going there and click A to Z, for example, and here are the minimum costs up to the last maximum cost. So I hope you understood this. So basically, this is a simple way, but that's not the only way. There are even two other ways. One is related with the filtering. We are going to see that last. We are going to see the second one, which is this sort option here on data command bar. On sort and filter part, you have the sort. And now when you have a table, you can click on this sort and a new pop-up window shows up. And this pop-up window is asking, what do you want to sort? Which is the column that you want to sort, and which are the criteria and the orders that you want to sort. And here you can identify the columns of your table. For example, here it is. This is a table, and as you can see on the sort by, these are all table headers. So you have a table, and the table headers are directly on the columns for this pop-up window. So if I want to sort by, let's say, unit cost, then I can select unit cost. And then the second question is sort on values of cell color or font color or cell icon. We are not going to see all of those because we are going to learn just the basic skills, and the basic skills we are interested mostly on values. So let's suppose that we want to sort by values, and the order is smallest to largest or largest to smallest. We are going to use smallest to largest. And here it is, and I can click OK. And now you can see that basically those are sorted based on the unit cost. But I can add even multiple sorting levels. This was just one level, so you sorted just by the unit cost, but you can add more than one level on your sorting side. So you have the table and you want to sort not just by your unit cost, but you want to sort also by, let's suppose, item. Let's suppose that we want to sort by item and see for each item which is the minimum and maximum cost. So basically, this is a kind of a two columns sorting. So how can we do that? We can do that by just clicking on this data command bar and go to sort. And now you have this level, which is unit cost, and we are going to add another level. You click on this add level, and here it is. Now, because I want to sort first by the item and then next by the unit cost, I'm going to move this before the unit cost. And now that I have two sorting columns, two levels of sorting, I will firstly sort by items and sort on values, and I want to sort those from A to C. So basically, I have specified the first sorting condition, and then is the level, the second level, which is the unit cost. Now, if I apply this and click OK, you will see that, for example, here, the binders are sorted, is letter B, which is the first letter because we don't have any A on this set of items. And on the binder, we can see that all of these items are sorted from B to letter P, and here we are sorted, but that's not the only sorted level. The second sorted level, for example, we have this binder. We are seeing that this is the minimum cost for the binder, and this is the maximum cost for the binder. And it looks that these are sorted even on this case. Now, for the desk, there is just one record, and that's not opportunity to sort it by unit cost. But you have pen, for example. Again, for pen, you have that sorted by minimum and maximum, and also for pen set and for pencil. So basically, this is how you can sort on multiple levels. You can delete levels. So if you go again to this selection, because always the sorting is applied on selection that you did, and click sort, you see that now you have these opportunities that you choose, and you can change those as you want. You can copy levels, you can delete levels. For example, if I want to delete these, just click on that and click delete level and click OK. And now you can see that these are just sorted by this item. And this is basically how you can sort, in multiple levels. Hope you understood this, and we are going to continue with the filtering now, because the sorting part is pretty easy. It was like I explained, and I'm hoping that you understood that. So now we have this table, and we want to filter it. Filtering is creating a query itself. You can create a query defining the criteria for the table that you want to show. We are not going to show advanced filtering because this is part of another lesson, which is not a basic skills of Excel. But we are going to see simple filtering, unique filtering, and also we are going to see multiple filtering. For doing filters, always what we have to do is select the headers, and after selecting the headers, click on data command and you have unsorted filter, the filter opportunity. And you click on filter. Here it is a filter. And now you are seeing kind of drop downs on each of the headers. And the filter itself, we are going to apply just a simple filter first, a unique filter. So the simple filter, for example, if I want to see just the binders on the items, I can click on this item. And now I have the opportunity, the simple filter directly here is by checking or unchecking these columns or these variables here that are shown on that item column. For example, if I want to see pens and binders and click OK, now you can see that I filtered and selected. One thing that we have not to forget is that this is not a new table, is the same table. The only thing that the filter is doing really is uh, hiding the rows that are not completing the conditions of that filter. So as you can see, it goes from row 11 to row 13, which means that row 12 is hidden. So basically, this does not delete any data. The filter does not delete any data. The filter is just filtering data, is querying the data, is showing the data that you are asking to be seen. So as we can see, we have that filter applied in our case, and we can apply that just by checking, and this is simple. But you can do even more than this on a unique way. You can go on the parts that are allowed. For example, you can use the text filter. And on the text filter, you have kind of options like equals or does not equals or begins with, ends with, contains, does not contains, and custom filter. Now I'm going to explain a little bit each of those, which are easy. Equals, when you apply equals, then you have the opportunity to put two conditions, not just one, and relate those with a logical way, and which means both of the conditions should be met, and or if you mean that one of those should be met. So I'm going to use just one in this case, and equals for me means that I have to put the correct name. I can't put just a B there, and that will find all the binders, for example. I have to put the whole binder and click OK. And now you see that this selected all of the binders, so it showed all of the binders. Then this was equal, but when you put does not equal, and for example, I mean binder, this filter is going to query the data and show me all the data except the binders. So if I click OK, you will see that there is no binder now. All binders are hidden. Another thing is begins with, and here you can put even a letter, but always regarding with what it starts. So for example, if I want to all of the items, let's start with P. Here it is. You see that these are the items that starts with P, and the same thing we can be done even with the end with, and with contain. Contain is more specific because it does not go just to the first letter, it goes even inside the letters, and you can put, for example, uh, contains, let's put I. So if I put this letter, then I'm expecting that contains I is pencil and binder. So I'm expecting that. So if I click OK, you see that I get binder and pencil, because all of the others have not an eye. So basically, the same thing is done even on does not contain. And when you click on custom filter, you can select here the opportunity. There are even other options, but they are not applied on text, but on numbers. So this custom filter is more detailed, but not all the things there work for your column really, because the column is a text column. Now, this was how to filter, but how can I remove the filter? Is very simple. You can remove that just by unclicking on this filter. And if you unclick on that, here it is, you can unclick on that and the filter is done. Or when you are doing a filter, let me do a simple filter here. I have a binder and I want to clear this filter, then I have to click here one way and click on clear filter from item. And here it is, there is no filter now applied on the table. Or another way is, let's suppose that you have this binder filtered, is using this clear. And when you put clear, you see that the filter is done. So this was for the text item, but the filters is for different items, is for different cell columns. It's not just for text. You can see that for numbers, you have other opportunities. Like, for example, if I want to filter the unit, then the simple way is by just checking here, selecting all. If you put select all, those will be removed, or if you check that, all will be selected. Or you have the opportunity to use number filters, and again, you have equals, does not equal, or you want to see greater than, and you use greater than, for example, let's suppose greater than 20. And now I'm expecting all the units that are greater than 20 and click OK. And here it is in the records shown, there is no units below 20. And if I want to see all that are less than or between two values, for example, between two values, you now see that, for example, this between is taking two conditions which are in the same time applying. So one is greater than or equal to, for example, 10, and the second one is less than or equal to 30. So this means that two conditions are applied simultaneously, so in the same time. So if I click OK, now I get all numbers between 10 and 30 greater than or less than. As you can see, the filter selected is greater than or equal to 10 and less than or equal to 30. So basically, this is how that's done. So we are continuing on this case that we are using filters. We have seen the text filters, we have seen the number filters, as we are seeing right now. You have the opportunity on the numbers to see the top 10 or the above average, below average. This above average, below average is a kind of an automatic way on making a filter. So the Excel itself is calculating the average and is calculating those values that are above or below average. For example, here we can see that above average are all these values from this value to this value, and you can see that those are more than 50. Because it looks that if I clear the filter, it looks that the average itself here is 50.81. 50.81. So if I click and put below the average, I'm expecting everything that is below 50.8. And here it is. I'm not getting any data more than 50.8. There is 150, but or 250s, but nothing more than 50. That 50.8. So basically, this is how to apply unique filters on numbers, but you have also the opportunity to use. For example, date filters. So if you go on this order date, go there, you have the opportunity to select dates. And as you can see, the simple filter here contains just the years because it is grouping by year. But if you expand those years, you can find also months. because again, there are levels on the grouping side, and you are seeing years, months, and if you expand the months, you will see even the dates on those months. So here you can check or uncheck anything that you want, expand it or not. For example, if I want to see just 2020 records, I click OK, and here are just 2020. Or if I want to see just February and March records, here are just February and March records 2020. And let me suppose that I want to see also February and March records for 2019. And as you can see now, I'm getting all of the selected simple data. So this is basically the simple way, but you have also the opportunity to select based on date filters option, and you go on the date filter, and here you have the opportunities. There are a lot of opportunities that are related with date. It's the same thing that we applied. So you put an equal date, or you use a date before or after or between, where are two options reported. And in other cases, you want to see even analysis that are related with weeks or months or quarters or years. So you can specify even all dates in a period. So basically, let me try just one of those. Let me put just between, and now you can see that this order date is after or equal. Let me put, for example, 12 1 2019 up to, let's suppose that we want to know up to May 2020, which are the records. And if I click that, you can see that now I have the filter from December to May. So these are the records. So basically, this is how you can filter by date. So uniquely, what we have done is we understood the filters on the text, the filters on the numbers, and the filters on the dates. But then there is also another opportunity to filter is based on columns. Let's suppose that you on colors, and let's suppose that you have some field cells. For example, this is yellow, this is yellow. So these are highlighted. And we want to filter by color. So we have two colors here. One is blank color or no fill, and next one is yellow, which is highlighted. And you have the opportunity, as you can see, filter by color. And now when you want to filter by color, you can select your color where you want to filter. For example, if I want to filter the yellow color, here it is. It filtered the yellow color. So basically, we explained a little bit how this filtering works and how the sorting works. We have an opportunity to sort the data even on the filter. As you can see, there is the sort A to Z or Z to A even on this case. And you have also the opportunity to sort by color, like here, for example, if you want to sort by color, you will see that these are sorted yellow first and blank next. So I'm going to undo that because I want to explain that this was the third method on how to sort. The first one was the easy one, go to data and use this A to Z, Z to A. The second one was using that pop-up window with levels. And the third one is using these filters. And on the filter, you have the sorting opportunity. Now we have seen how to sort simply, how to sort in levels. We have seen how to filter, unique filters, simple filters. And now the last thing that we are going to see today is how to use multiple filtering, which is not very difficult. The only concept that is going to be applied right now is the concept of filtering in unique columns, but differently. We are going from unique columns, we are going to apply that on multiple columns. So let's suppose that I want, so my question, so my boss is asking, for example, how much was the cost for the cost for the binders on East. As you can see, there are two conditions. One is binder, and so on the items, I have to find the binders. The second is on the regions, I have to find East. So first, let's try the first filter. So we click text filter, or we can select simply from here. Let me select it from here. I want binders. And now the concept is going further. I want to see how much from these records are on East. For that, I have to go to the second filter, so a consecutive filter. First filter was item. The second filter is here, and I want to see East and click OK. And now I can see that I have two filters applied on the same table. Again, I have to repeat this because always it is thought wrongly that this is a new table. We are talking about the same table. The only thing that is happening there is the way that is shown the data. So we are seeing the data that we are asking to see. Let's suppose that we want to add another filter, not just two, but three filters. And let's suppose that we want to see all the orders that are on East, that are binders, but that are on 2020. For doing that, we go here and unselect 2019. And here it is. There is just one record, or just one binder on East on 2020, and the cost is this. So this is basically how to apply multiple filtering, and you can apply as many as you want. So I'm hoping that you understood this. We are not going to pass on the advanced filtering because that's more complicated, but that was the scope for this lesson. So the fourth lesson is sorting and filtering. I'm hoping that I helped you a little bit with all of this lesson, but if you have any question, just let me know comments related with this video. Don't forget to subscribe on our channel, Excel Solve, 30 seconds Excel Solve, or our Facebook page, 30 seconds Excel Solve. We are glad to help always, and I'm hoping that to see you again on the next video that with more things to learn regarding Excel. And thanks for watching again. Bye.